Hey YouTube, Jim here, Further 73. Just taking a quick stroll around the old property. Having an early afternoon smoke and enjoying the weather. We've definitely got some weather to enjoy down this way. It's in the mid-20s Fahrenheit. Just a couple degrees below zero for you centigrade folks. And I'm out here in the woods on my property looking to see what nature's been up to. Hoping I can find a clear stump to have a seat, chat just a minute. Just thought I'd take a little time and come on, have a bit of a smoke, and check in with the community. I am smoking my Missouri Meerschaum freehand, part of a pad order that I made. I was a little bored at work one afternoon and got to cruising around their website. I'd seen everybody with the new corncob church wardens popping up all over and decided that maybe I'd order one for myself. And as is the case, I got a little carried away. I ordered this freehand, and I ordered the Wizard Cobbet, which is got a bowl just as large as this, shaped just a little different. Let's see. Oops. I found a stump. In it, I am smoking some Cornell and Deal Haunted Bookshop. I've been watching matches for the last couple of years, and it's one of his favorites. And I got to say, he's more a man than me. There is no way I could smoke this stuff all day. Just a little too much kick for me. It may sound kind of funny coming from me. I smoke Englishes all the time. An occasional Virginia, but generally English, Balkans. Lots of Latakia. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about these big burly blends that they seem to have a little more of the old vitamin N. It's not a bad flavor, but kind of gets you right in the back of the throat, or at least it does me. Definitely not something I could smoke all day. I've tried a few bowls of it, and I've tried it in briars. I figured I'd try here in a cob. This thing, it's got a huge bowl, as you can see. I mean, I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but that's a pretty good sized corn cob, and the bowl's probably 1.5 inches deep or better. So I thought I'd see how it'd smoke in a large bowl, see if that mellowed it any. And I'm going to do my best to get through it, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I can probably cross that off of my list. I don't think I'm going to be a fan of the Haunted Bookshop, which will probably keep me from buying and trying out Old Joe Krantz, which, from what I understand, seeing other videos from others, that they're very similar, and Old Joe Krantz is got a little more punch even than this. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Had to be done. I apologize. Also kind of apologize for my last couple of videos. I wasn't in the best of moods the last time I was on, and I hope it didn't come through in the video, but work's been driving me a little nuts lately. A little too much time in the hotels, on the road away from home. But I'm home now. A little respite here in the woods does a body good. I've been, excuse me, been listening in on the Voxer chat for the Chicago show. More of a lurker than a participant, but been listening to everybody chat about that and the goings on. I was curious if there's any of you out there that that are planning on being up there at Chicago for the big pipe and tobacco show. If you are, drop a line down in the comments and let me know. Maybe we can get together and smoke a bowl while we're in Pipe Smoker's Paradise up there. I'm also going to try to, since I'll be in the neighborhood, try to get to Ewan Reese, check that out. It's kind of been one of the places I wanted to stop and check out. Figured since I want to be up there for the weekend and be close, I might as well. Also, if any of you guys have got tips on getting around the city, I'd love to hear those as well. I live about 3 hours south of Chicago. I've lived here most of my life. I've spent a few years in other places, but by and large, I've spent most of it right here. Only been to the city once, and found out fairly quickly that taxi fare is not the most cost-effective way to get around the city. I didn't try my luck with the L system. I've never been on that, so I don't know. I assume it's like the Metro in D.C. and that you go to a station, look at the map, decide where you want to go, pay your fare, hop on, and take the train. But I've got no experience with that. So if anybody's got any helpful hints or tips for navigating around the big windy city, I would appreciate that. Also like to hear who all's going. I know the Dagners are going, and I think I remember Alex Bird saying something about possibly stopping in. Could be wrong on that, but I know the Dagners are going. Be nice to see them again. Really just kind of looking forward to the whole thing. I'm gonna try and get some estate pipes ready to go with me, and I've got a few new pipes that I'm making just for the Chicago show to take with me. I don't have a booth or anything. I'm not set up as a vendor. I don't really want to get to that level, but I thought, if I could take a couple of pipes with me and maybe have something to trade or sell to help cover the cost of my trip, or maybe find that holy grail that I'm looking for. Maybe I could use some of my wares as partial payment for something that I'd like to get my hands on. Really like to find a birth year Dunhill, but I really don't know what to expect out of the Chicago show. I'm sure there'll be some estate pipe vendors there. I know there's going to be a lot of artists and craftsmen there. I may see about looking at some of those. There's some carvers out there I'd really like to get a chance to chat with a little bit, and there's a few of them I'd like to pick some pieces up from. But if you've been on the Chicago Pipe Club's website, their website really kind of leaves something to be desired as far as information about the upcoming show. Gives you the dates and where it is, and not a lot else. There's a vendor form, so you can sign up to be a vendor and reserve a table. They're all gone, but I haven't been on there in probably a week or so, but I doubt much has changed. I didn't see anything about who was going to be there, what to expect, or anything like that. I am looking forward to getting up there. I hear everybody talking about all the tobacco that's available, and if you don't come home with somewhere close to a pound of tobacco, you haven't really experienced the show. So I'm looking forward to that, picking up samples, and then maybe see if I can find some aged tins of a few blends that I wanted to try. Not sure what my budget's going to be like for the show, but I've got my room reserved. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay there at the resort where the show is. At least that's the plan right now. I figured that was going to be my best option for being close to the show without having to drive around, because I do plan on taking some of my favorite adult beverages with me and imbibing on those while I'm there. So I'd like to keep the time behind the wheel at a minimum so I can enjoy my experience. But again, if any of you Chicago veterans have got any tips on a better place to stay, let me know, and I'll look into that. I can always change my reservations. I think it was $155 a night to stay there at the resort. But right now I've got it set up. I've got a double room booked, trying to get my family talked into going, letting the wife and kids go off and go nuts and do some shopping and sightseeing in the city while I hang out at the show. But my wife doesn't seem terribly excited about that, at least not yet. So I've got time to change my arrangements if there's a better, maybe more cost-effective option, so I can save some of that money for purchases instead of lodging. I may be interested in doing something like that. But yeah, that's really all I had on my mind today. I just wanted to get out and see the sunshine and the snow. Got another 4 to 8 inches forecast for, I think, this either tonight or tomorrow night, which will make Monday morning's commute kind of interesting. I work in the power industry, and a lot of what I do is commissioning new construction and substations and device testing and one thing and another. So part of my work is indoors. A good portion of my work is actually inside, but there's an equally large portion of it that takes place outdoors. And Friday I stopped down by the station I'll be working at for the next couple of weeks, and it sits a good ways back off of the road. Fortunately, there is a building, but our work vehicles do not do well in the snow, and there was about 3 inches on the ground, and it was a bit of a challenge to get in and out of the station we're going to be at. So if we get another 4 to 8 inches on top of that, there's no way our company van's going to make it back into the station. So it sounds like I may have an interesting week in store for me. But no, like I said, if anybody out there is planning on hitting the Chicago show, yeah, look me up. Maybe we'll get together and have a drink, smoke a bowl, tell some lies, have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. That's really my favorite part about the YouTube pipe community is everybody I've met, either on here or in person at down in Nashville, has been a bunch of great folks. I'm really looking forward to seeing a few people I met in Nashville, and maybe meeting for the first time a few of the people that I've gotten in touch with and met here on the old YouTube. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. It's starting to run into the 14-minute mark, and rather than bore you guys with me rambling out here in the woods, I think I'm going to do my best to choke down the rest of this haunted bookshop and yeah, my pipe's gone out now, but see about enjoying the rest of this haunted bookshop, or trying to enjoy it. And I'm going to spend the day in the shop next to a warm, crackly fire, trying to get that thing organized and straightened up a little bit so I don't have to hunt for my bits and cutters and trip over cords and wade through peanut shells to get anything done. So, batten down the hatches for the impending winter storm if it affects you, and like the sign I saw the other day said, only 22 days till spring, but I look around, you see all the snow behind me. I'm going to call bullshit on the spring in 20 days. I don't think it's going to be done by then. So anyway, you guys enjoy, and we'll talk again. See ya.